I'm Crypto Pio, and you're watching the Nifty Gateway NFT Drop Watch. So today's Friday. There's only one artist that's dropping today, and I don't know if that's by design by Nifty Gateway to kind of curb the volume of new artists and new NFTs that have been coming onto the market, or if it's just because it's the way scheduling played out. I have no idea. But it is definitely an interesting artist. It's ThankYouX. And so his first release did well. And this is a super interesting release. It's been getting hype all week long. It's very cool stuff. If you see here, it's like a mix of like 3D artwork with real world themes. Like he's basically taking a physical canvas and turning it into a 3D canvas that's on the wall, like, you know, the wind's blowing through it. So it's definitely interesting. I think the most interesting thing about this drop this evening, though, however, is to watch the market performance. So on this channel, I don't try to focus too much on the performance of any given NFT piece. I try not to pay attention and look at NFTs purely as an investment, because they're not an investment first. They're an opportunity for you to connect with an artist, to support an artist directly, to become a member of an artist community and be a collector, right? And a lot of folks do look at them, or did look at them, primarily as investments, and they got a rude awakening after the March bubble burst. They got a rude awakening after they saw the value of their individual pieces, you know, going down by 60, 70, 80%, right? Investing in one particular, like a single NFT, is about 100 times riskier than buying like a cryptocurrency asset. So that's the reality of what we're walking into here. And, you know, having said that, though, it is interesting to watch the Nifty Gateway and the NFT market. And what we saw over the past couple of days is really low numbers of mints on open editions, which signals to me that buyers are hesitant to just dive headfirst into open editions, because people don't want to buy something for one price and then a few days go by and the price is, you know, cut in half. Like they'd rather just wait and buy it when it's 50% of the initial drop price. So price discovery is something that's being worked out right now on Nifty Gateway in a big way. And with this one, you know, we see an auction, we see a few drawings. Actually, we see a few auctions. So, you know, ThankYouX is basically saying, if you want my work, you can get a one of one and you can pay whatever you're willing to pay for it. And this might be how we see drops going more and more. It does make them less accessible to the everyday buyer, but, you know, you might see more auctions, you might see more drawings. The open edition is $500, which I think is in line with a non-blue chip artist price point for, you know, April 2021. In March 2021, I promise you this would have been $999. This would have been $1,000. But it's April now. It's a different story. The bubbles burst. And so, yeah, we're seeing it $499. I'm very, very interested to see how many of these get minted. I won't be buying it. I'm very interested to see how many get minted. I also want to take a look at yesterday's drop and see, you know, how everything played out. So let's look at Malavita. All right. And so this is from yesterday. Let me see the open edition. That's what we want to look at. Okay. Okay. And how much was this initially? I think it was much less than that. So let's look at what's actually selling. I think I'm seeing a lot more like hodling, like holding onto the pieces, which is really good. Yeah. So look at this, right? How many were minted? It wasn't that many. I think it was like something like primary sales, 26. Super low number of primary sales. And secondary market sales, there's only been 2 in 24 hours. Where are the paper hands flippers? You know, they've left. That's not a thing anymore. Or it's looking like it's not a thing. So we're seeing a $2,000 flip on a $999 piece, a $2,500 flip on a $999 piece, and now the floor is $3,000. So we'll see if that's sustainable, if that's how it stays. But now that the flippers, the paper hands folks that buy something and then sell it for, you know, less than what they paid for it the next day, have kind of been, you know, shaken out, You're going to see different market activity. You can't even buy this piece. And this was an open edition you could have just bought yesterday. No one is selling either of these. That's incredible. So I don't even think that I can check let me see if I can actually check the market data. What is going on? He's got the Ethereum. Yeah, I don't even know if I can check the market data. Maybe I can. I can't even check if it's been sold because there's none on the market right now. Oh, here we go. Got it. Cool. So there were 30 mints, no secondary sales. I love that. The artist definitely loves that. Let's see. No secondary sales. So that's really, really interesting. That's a new thing, at least for me, because I wasn't in the Nifty world during the heyday. So I'm very impressed with the collectors of that piece. So let's look at Kilimanjaro's open editions. I guarantee some of these have sold for sure. What's the floor? Okay. Yeah. I mean, so this is like your typical market behavior right here. And that's not that surprising. He's a bigger name artist and Malavita is kind of a collector's artist, but still, right? Like not so many flips. Like you see paper hands right here. Bought it for 333, sold it for 140 immediately. I don't know what the point is of that. I mean, that's pretty interesting. This probably is going to be a typical, yeah. Okay. We don't need to give any time of day to that. So this drop, the ThankYouX drop, is starting in 20 seconds. So I'll be all over it. But this market data from yesterday's drops is really interesting. The Malavita is performing incredibly well. And the Gab, I don't know if it's Gab Bois or Gab Boys, like it's not selling. This is the minting. This is the Ethereum logo minted resembling a mint in the shape of a mint. I think that this is so awesome. An open edition that only 30 and 15 were sold of, and no one has flipped them. That really is awesome. We'll see if it's like that in a week. I'll continue to pay attention to this drop. But yeah, I mean, that's a good sign for Nifty Gateway. A lower price point on the open edition, people actually holding it. And look at this, 37 already in the first 30 seconds. ThankYouX is a valuable or a prestigious artist, at least to some capacity. He's got a lot of fans, 57 on the $500 open edition. What else? We're not even a minute in yet. Oh, okay. It's a shorter one. I didn't notice that. Oh, no, it's a 5-minute open edition. Okay. All right. Well, I guess it started before I hit refresh. I don't know, because it says that it's only closing in 1 minute and it's 7:01. So it might have started a couple minutes early and I missed that. It didn't seem like that. 79 editions, still, solid. But these aren't the crazy numbers that we were seeing before, like Bitcoin Angel, for example, in late February, $777 price point. So more expensive than this one, over 4,000 mints. That's a much different story. That's not the same thing that we're seeing here. Let's take a look. 91. Let's see if he breaks 100. I think, yeah, he's definitely going to break 100. Let's see if he breaks 110. 102. 20 seconds left. 106. 110. Can he get to 115? 116. 125? Maybe. I don't know. 122. I think the timer's messed up on Nifty Gateway. Oh boy. People have, okay, it's closed. All right, 122, just under 125. Bravo, ThankYouX, congratulations. That's a revenue haul of 499 times 122, 61 grand almost. I don't know how much he gets to that he, how much he has to cut in Nifty Gateway, but I think it's a good chunk. So great job. That's awesome. And let's just take another quick look at the sweet auction pieces. Look at this. So I love this kind of painting. Okay, a little pack influence right here. I am a huge fan of like abstract color-based painting that's sort of like loosely inspired by Jackson Pollock's drip painting. This is loosely inspired by Basquiat, that sort of skull image right there. And then you got it sort of, put in a pack formation, like the NFT artist pack. But yes, this is like Basquiat, combined with that abstract drip, colorful painting style. So that's awesome. This is interesting too. Geometric. I like that. Geometric with patterns. And then you got the gold cube. Again, I think, a sort of a nod to pack. Yeah, like really interesting art style by ThankYouX. I love this one. I love this. Yeah. I love the colorful stuff and the abstract stuff. When I make paintings, I do it like this, just, splatter paint onto a canvas in an interesting way. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that's our drop watch today. We have the M&M drop on Sunday. Yeah, we're gonna see about covering that and some of the other action this weekend. I want to figure out the best way to approach it so it stays interesting. This is Escape Velocity. I'm Crypto Pio. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.